Hi everyone, today we will be putting together the Turbo RAM cannon. So that is made up of the Turbo Lightning Sword, the Turbo Hand Blasters, the Turbo Star Chargers, the Turbo Thunder Cannon, and the Turbo Windfire. And I've just also realized that this Turbo Thunder Cannon piece, I have it here on my desk and I didn't know that it was part of the Turbo Hand Cannon. Or Turbo Thunder Cannon. So I did get the Power Rangers Turbo FigZer0 1/6 Turbo Power Ranger pack, and that comes with, I don't know how this works out if you buy the Rangers individually, but if you buy the pack, I know for a fact that it comes with the Turbo RAM cannon. And so you get, I guess, the pieces that make up the Turbo RAM chassis, the wheels, and then the little connector piece to make it into cannon mode, I guess, because you could just make the car, but you need that little piece to turn it into the the cannon mode. I thought it'd be really cool to put this together with everybody. So there are instructions on how to build it and quite a few pieces. So I thought, you know what? If I'm going to do this anyways, before I display it, then let's go ahead and do it together. So there's that connector piece to turn it into the cannon mode, but you can make it just into the turbo RAM, I guess. And then if you want to turn it into cannon mode, then you just make a few little adjustments here. Of course, I'm putting this up here just in case somebody loses their instructions. You just pause the video. I know I'm moving a little bit fast, but pause the video where you need it to. And then, yep, Turbo RAM cannon mode. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. We walked through the Turbo RAM first, and then we used the rest of the pieces within the kit to turn it into the Turbo RAM in cannon mode. I think it looks amazing. So on top, you can see that it's very colorful, and it has all the different Rangers weapons. And on the bottom, it's just like the chassis of a car. I like how they included these pieces in order to make it look more detailed so it doesn't look like it's part of an assembly kit. And then they have a tool that you can use if you want to remove it, so that when you turn it back into the Turbo RAM mode, then you can place the other piece that goes in there to hold like this bottom plate. So this gets removed in cannon mode. That little piece is only there during the Turbo RAM mode. Once you use Turbo RAM cannon mode, you remove that piece and then you just place it on top with like the little thing in the middle that holds these two together. You can see the Rangers in the background. I removed the hand from the Pink Ranger because the hand that I used to recreate the image on the box is actually a male hand. You can tell because it's a lot bigger and thicker than the other ones that the Pink Ranger and the Yellow Ranger have. So I was right. The one with the most hands, well, I guess removable, swappable hands is Tommy, and then the rest of them have the same number of hands, but they don't have the same hands for each figure. So I think Ashley has two like these open-handed palms, and the rest of them only have one, with the exception of maybe Tommy. But I think he only has one also. What he does have is the hand pose that he uses in order to call the Turbo Ram. So I'm going to display these with my Blu-ray of the Turbo Power Rangers movie, or Power Rangers Turbo the movie, with the Megazord from Power Rangers Turbo from Bandai a long time ago. Blue, green, pink, and yellow are going to be behind the Turbo Ram in the same pose that they have on the box art. And then Tommy / TJ, I will have pose with the Turbo Sword and his own signature weapon. Which I know is weird because it is also right here on the Turbo Ram cannon. You can see it right there on top of the Turbo Thunder cannon. But that's fine with me. Also, these magnets that are holding the Turbo Windfire are really strong. If you just lift the Turbo Windfire, then it's going to lift the Turbo Hand Blasters and the Turbo Star Chargers off of the little chassis plate. And then when you put it on in the Turbo Ram mode, it like kicks everything else behind. So all those other pieces, I'm guessing, are heavier than the Turbo Windfire. So like the Turbo Thunder Cannon with the Star Chargers and the Lightning Sword and the Hand Blasters. But still, if you put that Windfire on, it's just going to kick everything back. That's why you need this little piece in order to hold the plate down. Because without it, it moves around a lot and it's really annoying. But it's not a problem at all because they give you that piece that you need. Anyways, here's one last look at the front of the little instruction manual for the Turbo Ram and the Turbo Ram cannon mode. Also has the name of the weapons. What are your thoughts on the Turbo Ram and the Turbo Ram cannon? Let me know if you picked this up too, or if you are going to pick it up, which you still can for some later pre-orders on Sideshow. I don't know if Toe Collectible still has some in stock or it's just taking pre-orders. But again, this came out, well, was released and the public knew about it back in 2024. But like a lot of other figures, it just takes a while to get them, especially when they cost so much. But I'm a huge fan of Turbo Power Rangers, or Power Rangers Turbo, so I really am happy with this set. The quality of the figures themselves is great, and the quality of the Turbo Ram is really nice. And I love how they included the magnetic pieces instead of trying to gimmick their way out of, well, gimmick their way into still being able to build the Turbo Ram cannon and then probably add some pieces that would not be show accurate. But this is really incredible with the magnets on the Turbo Windfire and on the Turbo Lightning Sword. So yeah, posing Tommy with the Turbo Lightning Sword and the Turbo Blade. Posing the rest of the figures behind the Turbo Ram cannon next to the Blu-ray of the Power Rangers Turbo and the Bandai Power Rangers Turbo Megazord, or the Turbo Megazord. Just want to say thank you for watching again, and don't forget to use your turn signals. See you guys in the next one.